Oh, shut it down, light is turning green. Best feeling that you've ever seen. Screen goes black, dust on the keys. Unplug the cord, feel the sudden breeze. Stack of papers left for Monday morning. I'm already gone, a new vibe is born. Foot is tapping on the linoleum floor. Standing up, walking straight to the door. Shut it down, leave the stress behind. Friday night, clearing out my mind. No more spreadsheets, no more office noise. Making my own choice. Elevator ding, saying my goodbyes. Looking at the sunset in the western sky. Shut it down, leave the stress behind. Ooh, Friday night, clearing out my mind. No more spreadsheets, no more office noise. Making my own choice. Freedom in my pockets, phone on silent mode, ready to explode on this open road. Yeah. Oh, finally free. Yeah, 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 yeah. Just shut it down, let it go. Move it fast, take it slow. Pocket full of change, wallet in my hand. Got no grand design, got no heavy plan. Metal jingles loud, copper in the steel. Guess you know exactly how it makes me feel. Heavy glass door pushes open wide. Stepping out to the other side. Got my keys, got my ride tonight. Street lights blinking, looking extra bright. Spin the ring around my index finger. No time to linger. Cold brass handle, car door pops awake. Throw the bag in back for goodness sake. Got my keys, got my ride tonight. Street lights blinking, looking extra bright. Spin the ring around my index finger. No time to linger. Engine turns over, dashboard starts to glow. Somewhere to go, yeah, we already know. Got the keys, let's ride. Spin the ring on my way. Done with the day. Heavy glass door swinging back and forth. Headed straight line, navigating north. Sneakers hitting concrete, rhythmic imprecise. Didn't have to check the weather forecast twice. Concrete sidewalk under neon signs. Crossing over all the yellow lines. Out the door into the open air. Wind blowing straight through my messy hair. Leaving every shadow on the office wall. Elevators packed, taking 30 years. I can hear the chatter ringing in my ears. Hit the exit sign, heavy painted steel. Skipping every step, that's the way I feel. Flight number 1, flight number 2. Nothing left to prove. Skipping the stairs 2 at a time. Feels like a rhythm, feels like a rhyme. Down to the lobby, out to the street. Moving my feet. Handrail sliding under my palm. In the concrete jungle, keeping so calm. Skipping the stairs 2 at a time. Feels like a rhythm, feels like a rhyme. Down to the lobby, out to the street. Moving my feet. Almost at the bottom, gravity is sweet. Can't wait to see the people I will meet. Oh, 1, 2 step down the flight. Out the lobby door, running free. Just look at me.
Collar unbuttoned, tie is in the bag. No more heavyweight, no more daily drag. Air hits my neck, chilling down the spine. Everything is moving perfectly in line. Street lamp flickers coming into view. Everything feels brand new. Cool evening breeze washing over me, washing away the ancient anxiety. Walking down the block with a lighter pace, smile on my face. Cafes opening, smell of roasted beans. People stepping out in their faded jeans. Cool evening breeze washing over me, washing away the ancient anxiety. Walking down the block with a lighter pace, smile on my face. Red tail lights stretching down the avenue. Sky is turning a deep shade of blue. Feel the breeze, feel it now, yeah. Chilling down my spine, feeling good, like I knew I should. Standing at the crosswalk, painted white and gray, watching all the traffic roll the other way. Button click twice, waiting for the cue. Got a clear direction, know exactly what to do. Time counting down, 10 to number 1. Work week is officially done. Green light shining, stepping off the curb. Walking through the city, feeling undisturbed. Pace is picking up, moving to the beat, taking over the entire street. street. Looking straight ahead, ignoring all the noise, walking with a certain kind of poise. Just step by step, right on time. Across the road, onto the other side. Enjoy the ride.
Metal doors sliding, stepping right inside. Orange plastic seats stretching far and wide. No one shoulder to shoulder, plenty of space. Finding a corner, finding my place. Train starts rolling, humming down the track, leaning my head all the way back. Subway's empty, car number 4. Looking at the scuff marks on the floor, reflection in the window, looking back at me, exactly where I want to be. Lights flickering slightly as we pass the wall. Quiet in the cabin, ignoring every call. Subway's empty, car number 4. Looking at the scuff marks on the floor, reflection in the window, looking back at me, exactly where I want to be. Station announcements playing on loop, just me and the empty group, taking the space, taking my time, rolling underneath the ground without a sound.
Finger on the dial, sliding to the right. Earbuds hitting perfect, fitting really tight. Drowning out the chatter, drowning out the street. Focusing entirely on the heavy beat. Bass starts rattling inside my head, forgetting everything the boss just said. Turning up the volume, maxing out the bar, playing my favorite track inside the car. Vibration shaking out the window pane, washing out the everyday mundane. Treble coming crisp, bass is kicking low, setting up the rhythm, setting up the flow. Turning up the volume, maxing out the bar, playing my favorite track inside the car. Vibration shaking out the window pane, washing out the everyday mundane. World goes silent, music takes control, sinking deep into my soul. Yeah, turn it up a little more, keep it loud, keep it playing on until the dawn.
Swiping off the alarm set for 6 a.m. Don't have to look at any of them. Calendar is marked with a big red pen. Not logging in till we don't know when. Loosening up my shoelaces and now made it through the week somehow. Finally Friday, dropping off the weight, walking a little taller, walking a little straight. No more tight schedules, no more rushing around, keeping my feet steady on the ground. Throwing the blazer over the chair, breathing in the weekend air. Finally Friday, dropping off the weight, walking a little taller, walking a little straight. No more tight schedules, no more rushing around, keeping my feet steady on the ground. 2 whole days stretching out ahead, gonna sleep late in my own bed. Oh, it's here, the best day, finally here. Let the weekend start. Light in my heart.
Walking in the front door, scanning through the place, looking for a very familiar face, hand waving at me from the corner booth. Table by the window, telling the truth, pulling out the wooden chair, sitting down. Favorite spot in the center of town, meeting friends, passing the menu round. Plates clinking with a heavy sound, jokes we told 100 times before, always coming back for more. Coats piled up on the empty seat, taking off the pressure of the street. Meeting friends, passing the menu round. Plates clinking with a heavy sound, jokes we told 100 times before, always coming back for more. Water glasses full, ordering the food, settling into the perfect mood. Yeah, good to see you. Been a while. Sitting at the table, nowhere else to go. Keeping it slow. Flipping through the pages, laminated sheet, tapping on the table to the background beat, looking at the options printed in black ink, deciding on the color of the evening drink. Cardboard coaster sliding on the wood, tastes exactly like I knew it would. Ordering a drink, ice hits the glass, watching all the servers walking quickly past, condensation dripping down the side, nothing left to hide. Putting down the menu, handing it away, listening to what the people have to say. Ordering a drink, ice hits the glass, watching all the servers walking quickly past,
yeah. Someone tells a story from a year ago. Details are a little bit blurry though. Leaning back so far in the wooden chair. Hands are flying wildly in the air. Spilling drops of water on the plate. Can't even keep the conversation straight. Loud laughter echoing across the room, chasing out the lingering office gloom. Holding on my stomach, wiping off a tear. Best sound I could hear. Voices overlapping, talking all at once, recalling every silly little stunt. Loud laughter echoing across the room, chasing out the lingering office gloom. Holding on my stomach, wiping off a tear. Best sound I could hear. Catching up my breath, taking in the scene, knowing what it means. Oh, laughing out loud, yeah. Smiling till it hurts. Leaning forward now. We made it through somehow.
Sitting in the backseat, head against the glass, watching all the buildings moving really fast. Yellow painted letters mixing with the white. Hard to read the text in the fading light. Headlights flashing quickly, reflecting on the glass. Watching other drivers hit the gas. Blurred street signs passing in a streak. Forgot the heavy schedule of the week. Green and silver metal flying by my face, going to another place. Wiper blades are pushing water to the side, enjoying the rhythm of the evening ride. Blurred street signs passing in a street. Forgot the heavy schedule of the week. Green and silver metal flying by my face, going to another place. Turning at the corner, tires on the street, moving to the beat. Ooh, flying by, flying by. Looking through the window, colors blend together. Don't mind the weather.
Checking on my wristwatch, only 10:15. Plenty of the evening still left unseen. Jacket on my shoulders, walking out the door, thinking that we probably could do a little more. Vending machine buzzing with a steady hum, chewing on my gum. Night is young, pavement still dry, watching all the empty buses passing by. Not ready for the pillow, not ready for the bed. Got other plans instead. Walking to the corner, waiting on the light. Everything is feeling perfectly right. Night is young, pavement still dry, watching all the empty buses passing by. Not ready for the pillow, not ready for the bed. Got other plans instead. Energy is high, nowhere near the end. Following my friend. Yeah, night is young, so young. Giving up the pain.
bill, leaving at the tip, zipping up the jacket with a quick zip, grabbing up the tote bag, sitting on the floor, heading right back out through the heavy door, checking on the phone for the right address, sorting out the mess. Next stop, waiting just a mile away, adding a new chapter to the day, following the map line, glowing on the screen, changing up the scene, pacing on the sidewalk, stepping on the crack, no intention of ever going back. Next stop, waiting just a mile away, adding a new chapter to the day, following the map line, glowing on the screen, changing up the scene. Destination set, walking in a line, feeling perfectly fine. Ooh, next stop, here we go. Ooh, moving to the next, keeping up the groove, making our move.
Slipping off the heavy coat, hanging on the chair. Suddenly the gravity is missing from the air. Shoulders dropping down about an inch or two, seeing all the colors in a brighter hue. Rolling out the stiffness hiding in my neck, leaving all the weekday worries on the deck. Feeling light, walking on the hardwood floor. Don't have to carry all that baggage anymore. Floating just a little bit above the ground, moving to the rhythm of the background sound. Emptying the pockets of keys upon the tray, washing off the tension of a working day. Feeling light, walking on the hardwood floor. Don't have to carry all that baggage anymore. Floating just a little bit above the ground, moving to the rhythm of the background sound. Breathing deeply, filling up the lungs, tasting weekend freedom on our tongues. Ooh, so light, so free. Walking easy, taking up the space. Smile upon my face.
Ooh, yeah. Opening the settings on the glowing screen, toggling the switches from the bright neon green. 7 in the morning is a thing of the past. Gonna make this Friday evening feeling last. Battery sitting right at 20%. Don't even care where all the energy went. No more alarms, throwing the phone away. Nothing's gonna wake me at the break of day. Letting all the notifications pile up high, watching all the busy people rushing by. Plugging in the charger by the bedside stand, taking total control of the weekend plan. No more alarms, throwing the phone away. Nothing's gonna wake me at the break of day. Letting all the notifications pile up high, watching all the busy people rushing by. Silence in the morning, sleeping past 9. Everything is going to be fine. Yeah, sleeping
crowded room, looking for a spot, hoping that the corner booth is what we finally got. Red leather texture, sticky on the back, setting down the heavy canvas tote bag sack, sliding in the booth, moving to the wall, ignoring the vibration of a missed call. Finding a seat, taking a heavy breath, worked all week, almost to the death, resting up the legs beneath the wooden desk, enjoying the evening, feeling picturesque. Napkin dispenser sitting by the edge, making a quiet little weekend pledge. Finding a seat, taking a heavy breath, worked all week, almost to the death, resting up the legs beneath the wooden desk, enjoying the evening, feeling picturesque. Settling in the cushion, ordering some fries underneath the warm yellow lights. I'm finally sitting down, resting up my feet, staying here a while, sitting with a smile.
Speaker in the ceiling, pushing out the beat. Vibration traveling straight down to my feet. White sneakers hitting on the checkered floor, doing it out loud, not hiding it no more. Left, right, left, keeping up the pace, putting on a serious rhythmic face. Tapping feet, catching a steady groove, can't really help it, body has to move. Heel in the toe, striking on the tile, gonna keep it going for another mile. Head is nodding slowly, following the snare, rhythm is completely filling up the air. Tapping feet, catching a steady groove, can't really help it, body has to move. Heel on the toe, striking on the tile, gonna keep it going for another mile. Can't sit still, energy is back, rolling smoothly on the track. Yeah, tap it out, 1, 2. Keeping up the rhythm, playing with the shoe, nothing else to do.
Water in the glasses making little rings, shaking up the table and the little things, rumbling in the chest, heavy and so low, telling everybody exactly where to go. Speaker cabinet pushing up the air, rattling the back of the wooden chair. Deep bass hitting right against the bone, putting me directly in the Friday zone, feeling every note underneath the skin. That's the exact moment when the night begins. Silverware is rattling on the ceramic plate, rhythm section clearly dictating the fate. Deep bass hitting right against the bone, putting me directly in the Friday zone, feeling every note underneath the skin. That's the exact moment when the night begins. 4-string magic, clucking on the wire, fueling up the evening fire. Ooh, feel that knowing, yeah, rather than the floor. Sinking in the beat, taking over the street.
Plastic traffic moving slow, but it's feeling fantastic. Reflections bouncing off the rearview mirror glass, watching all the other drivers as they pass. Turn signal clicking with a steady sound, rolling all the passenger windows down. Passing headlights painting lines on my face, sitting in the passenger side, perfect place. Tires humming quietly on the asphalt street, nothing but the rhythm and the gentle heat. Street lamps turning orange as we drive along. Radio is playing a familiar song. Passing headlights painting lines on my face, sitting in the passenger side, perfect place. Tires humming quietly on the asphalt street, nothing but the rhythm and the gentle heat. Following the curves of the winding road, carrying a very light load. Oh, watching the cars go by, fading in the distance, out of sight, keeping to the right.
Yeah. Yeah. Leaning my shoulder on the painted brick wall, laughing so hard that I almost fall. Holding a paper cup full of tap water, trying to keep my breathing in order. Wiping the tear from the side of my eye, letting out a heavy sigh, catching my breath after a really good joke. Jacket smelling slightly of barbecue smoke. Taking a second just to stand right here. Everything is perfectly clear. Friends still chuckling by the diner door, don't even know what we are laughing for. Catching my breath after a really good joke. Jacket smelling slightly of barbecue smoke. Taking a second just to stand right here. Everything is perfectly clear. Air is feeling cool on my heated face, living in the perfect space.
refrigerator handle open wide, looking at the plastic containers inside. Cold air hitting my face in the kitchen, got a sudden craving that needs some fixing. Microwave beeping with a single chime, eating at a very late time. Late night snack, sitting on a ceramic plate. Don't even care about the hour being late. Holding a silver fork in my right hand, exactly like I originally planned. Cracking a can of soda on the countertop. Don't have any reason to stop. Late night snack, sitting on a ceramic plate. Don't even care about the hour being late. Holding a silver fork in my right hand, exactly like I originally planned. Chewing in the silence of the kitchen floor, always wanting just a little more. Ooh, tasting so good right now. Wiping off the table, putting things away, ending up the day.
Digital clock shining 1:15, swiping my thumb on the glowing screen. No need to set an alarm for the dawn. Blanket is comfortably already drawn. Pillows are stacked up right behind my head. Not even close to going to bed. Still awake and I don't really care. Running my fingers through messy hair. Watching a video without any sound. Nobody else is currently around. Volume is down to the very first bar. Don't have to drive the commuter car. Still awake and I don't really care. Running my fingers through messy hair. Watching a video without any sound. Nobody else is currently around. Heavy eyelids taking their sweet time. Everything is feeling fine. Yeah, staying up late tonight. Screen goes black, dropping the phone. Chilling in the zone.
Empty glasses sitting on the wooden table. Stories being told from across the table. Elbows resting lightly on the sticky bar. Taking a cab cause we didn't bring a car. Shoulder to shoulder in the corner booth, telling everyone the absolute truth. Good company makes the hours fly fast. Wishing that the evening could forever last. Split in the bill with the crumpled receipt. Getting ready to walk on the street. Putting the wallet back in my jean pocket. Closing the jacket up and firmly lock it. Good company makes the hours fly fast. Wishing that the Yeah. Hands deep in the pockets of my faded jeans, passing by the closed up corner magazines. Sneakers making rhythms on the concrete block, listening to the ticking of a distant clock. Wind blowing leaves right across the street, keeping the tempo with my own 2 feet. Walking home with no rush at all, watching my shadow stretching out so tall. Street is quiet, nothing much to say, washing off the residue of the day. Stepping over cracks in the pavement line, everything is looking perfectly fine. Walking home with no rush at all, watching my shadow stretching out so tall. Street is quiet, nothing much to say, washing off the residue of the day. Almost at the corner of my own block, checking the time on the digital clock. Yeah, almost there, almost there. Taking my time, enjoying the stroll, good for the soul.
Yeah. Yeah. Orange paint a circle on the asphalt floor, right outside the neighbor's heavy wooden door. Moths flying blindly in the yellow haze, getting kinda lost in a lazy maze. Light buzzing faintly with the low-pitch hum, chewing on the flavor of peppermint gum. Street lamp glow, casting down the light, pushing back the darkness of the Friday night. Standing in the center of the painted rain, not worrying about a single thing. Reflections in a puddle from the morning rain, washing out the color, washing out the stain. Street lamp glow, casting down the light, pushing back the darkness of the Friday night. Standing in the center of the painted ring, not worrying about a single thing. Looking up at the bowl, burning bright, everything feeling perfectly right. Ooh, under the lights. Step out of the circle, walk ahead, getting ready for bed.
Digging in the bag for the silver key, exactly right where it's supposed to be. Metal sliding smoothly in the brass keyhole, unlocking the door, pushing on the wood, entering the hallway like I knew I should. Smell of the apartment hitting my nose. That's just the way the evening goes. Deadbolt slides back with a heavy sound. Nobody else is currently around. Unlocking the door, pushing on the wood, entering the hallway like I knew I should. Smell of the apartment hitting my nose. That's just the way the evening goes. Flicking on the switch by the entrance mat, dropping the keys exactly like that. Ooh, you're finally inside, closing it shut like any tie. Done for the night.
Sitting on the bench by the front hallway, taking off the armor of the working day, untying the laces with a single pull. Mind is completely empty, stomach is full. Left one falling over on its side. Nothing left to carry, nothing left to hide. Kicked off shoes, lying on the rug, feeling as cozy as a little bug. Toes stretching out on the cotton floor, don't have to walk in them anymore. Right one leaning firmly on the wooden rack, never ever thinking of going back. Kicked off shoes, lying on the rug, feeling as cozy as a little bug. Toes stretching out on the cotton floor, don't have to walk in them anymore. Walking bare feet to the living room, chasing away the leftover gloom. Oh, toes are free. Leaving them there till Monday comes, rolling my thumbs.
Falling straight back on the mattress pad, looking at the ceiling, feeling pretty glad. Ceiling fan spinning at a medium speed, giving me exactly what I really